Hey PlayStation fans, this week we're packed with big news today. So we got the Summer Sale of the Year with discounts on some of your best games, plus potential leaks about Dragon Quest VII Remake, and commentary from Ken Levine calling out the AAA industry. And also Atelier Ryza trilogy dropping for JRPG fans. And Life is Strange collection is coming back for just in time for a rumored sequel. Guys, this is everything I'm looking to try to cover this week in Robert's Roundup for Friday, July 18th, 2025. So let's get started, guys. I'm breaking down this week's biggest news and JRPG rumors. So let's take a look. Starting off with the Summer Sale. You know, every year there's some hidden gems and some solid pickups. This time I'm looking at games under 25 bucks. So you got Plague's Tale Innocence and Requiem. Both of those are great games. I got no need to talk about those. No Man's Sky. So if you never played it, it's a evolving space exploration game. You got Resident Evil Village, which is 10 bucks currently, as well as Resident Evil 7 Gold Edition. So you can get both those games cheap side right now, guys. And Gran Turismo 7, this is a fantastic game. Love those games, along with Ghostwire Tokyo, you know, under 25 bucks. So if you haven't played it, guys, take a look. That's, you know, some standouts, but if you are looking to spend a little bit more, Elden Ring's on sale, of course. So definitely a game that I hear is really good. Forza Horizon, it's a little bit more expensive, but it's like 25% off currently. And then EA Sports FC 25, you're looking at about 79% off. So some good picks, but definitely you want to come for the JRPG picks this time around. And definitely there are some good games right now. So Ni no Kuni 2 is $9.59 right now. Really good price. You can also get Persona 4 Golden. It's a cult classic, but if you want both, it's kind of $39.49. But the thing is, those Persona 3 is also $9.99 during this deal. So if you want to save some money, get them both separately. And those of you who are in the Final Fantasy universe, Remake is on sale, 8 is on sale, 10, 10-2, 9 discounted, really good on there, and 15 Royal Edition. Definitely all those games under 20 bucks. So you know, these games definitely are classics, guys. Gotta definitely check it out. And moving into the PlayStation Plus as well, adding in some new games. Remember, they just added some this week. So this month's PlayStation Plus update brings us a mix of solid games, plus you're gonna like some if you're a retro fan. So new edition this month, Cyberpunk 2077. They updated it. Remember, it used to be broken at launch, but now it's even better. It's on extra. So Banishers Ghost of New Eden, narrative heavy action RPG from the Life is Strange developers, but it's with war combat mixed with deep romance and moral choices, guys. Planet Zoo, if you guys like simulator games, definitely check that out. Risk of Rain, great multiplayer game if you like roguelike games. Got a great fan base. And for those retro fans, Twisted Metal 3 and 4, they're not perfect ports, but hey, nostalgia, right? And along with that too, this week left some games. We're looking at Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion. So that game left this week, as well as Remnant 2. If you remember, Remnant 2 is a Souls-like shooter. They had those kind of like random generated maps, if you remember that. Mount and Blade 2, that game is no longer available this month. So, but you know, if you have time to pause your backlog and check out some of these games, definitely download some of those and check it out, guys. So you know, PlayStation 5 recently just did a firmware update. Yeah, so if you guys did downloaded it, don't know how quickly you do it, but it's 25.05-11.60.00. but it's another quiet update. Sony labels it as improving system performance, but let's be honest, what we really want are new UI features, custom folders, themes, and screen sharing maybe from your Discord. But every update that doesn't give us the feels like a missed opportunity, at least they're stabilizing stuff. But come on, Sony, we're not asking for the moon, right? Well, that's your update. And so, Sony Santa Monica Studios, if you heard about, they are having a secret game. So here's what gets kind of juicy, I would say. So according to Jason Schreier, Sony Santa Monica's next game, yes, the God of War studio, he says it's not a brand new IP, but it will feel like one. Maybe that's why people are confused, but please don't ask me any more questions about it. What does this mean, guys? Is it a reimagine or spiritual successor of maybe a game to like Jack and Dexter, Legend Dragoon, or something older, maybe God of War? But if Cory Barlog is involved, you know it's going to be a story-rich cinematic and potentially Game of the Year material. I bet this game is still 1 to 2 years away, but Sony might tease a game at this upcoming Game Awards. So let's just hope Sony Santa Monica Studios has given us a new IP. It's been over 20 years since we've got something besides God of War. So start coming up with some new stuff, guys. And speaking of new stuff, Kevin Levine kind of speaking out against AAA studios. If you heard him, he is the creator of BioShock, and he said that a lot of developers have been too afraid to admit that AAA games, that they're in a creative deadlock. He talked about how budgets are ballooning and publishers demand safe blockbusters and teams are scared to innovate, but failure could mean layoffs or worse. We're kind of seeing that right now. But when you look at the state of the industry, massive projects that cost 100 plus million and take you 5 years to make, but when you don't innovate games, you start to lose people. So Levine comments kind of hit hard. We're starting to see more AA games shine because they have the freedom to experiment. But Levine goes on to say that he grew up playing single player games. There was no live service because everything we did is a service of telling the story to the player. Later on in the article, he goes on to praise games like Baldur's Gate and Claire Obscure Expedition 33 for providing players with a clear-cut single-player experience for a decent price. So it makes you wonder, like, this Sony Santa Monica secret game even more interesting. Can it take a risk, or is it going to be hidden? Anybody remember Concord? Hey, I'll move on because Kevin Levine's story sounds true. On the next story, remember the PlayStation 30th anniversary? Well, they are restocking their 30th anniversary collection. So DualSense controllers, accessory. If you remember, this is the retro-inspired PS1. Well, it's coming on PlayStation Direct, but this might be the final drop for a while. So if you are a collector, you love throwback, now is the time to get this before it sells out and prices spike. So there's limited supplies, will be available from September on, but you can pre-order this starting for PlayStation Plus members on July 21st. So I've been trying to get my hands on this collection, so let's hope I can get it. But if I hear anything new, I'll pin a comment, link it, let you know if there's anything changes. But 21st, PlayStation Plus members, guys. How many of you guys are JRPG fans? Well, Atelier Ryza Trilogy Bundle is coming. So Gust and Koei Tecmo have just announced the Atelier Ryza Trilogy Deluxe Pack. And it's a love letter to JRPG fans. All 3 games with the DLC and anime tie-ins in one box. So remember, Ryza quietly became one of the most consistent JRPG heroines. Great world building, unique crafting system, and surprisingly emotional story. If you've never played the series, this is the perfect way to start. And if you've already played them, this is a great thing for your collection. Add it to your collection back to you. But this game is coming out later this year, so collectors, get them while it lasts. And going on to the JRPG news, remember there was a rumor Dragon Quest VII remake. So let's talk about this rumor. It might be coming back, we don't know, but industry insiders are hinting at a PS5 and Switch remake in the works. Originally, if you remember, this game came out on PS1, and then there was a remake on the 3DS. So if you have never played it, your typical RPG, 100 hours of play, class system travels, but a leaked document suggests we will see this new version sometime within the next couple years, 2026 or 2027. And maybe it's happening because remember there was a rumor that Dragon Quest XII was still in development, but Square Enix is shifting its focus back on turn-based. So this could be part of their strategy of reviving old school games with their new HD 2D engine. So we'll see about that, guys, for those rumors. And speaking of Square Enix, do you remember a game called Life is Strange? Well, they're giving us a physical Life is Strange remaster collection, and it's on the way. PS5 enhancements. It includes Life is Strange 1, Before the Storm. If you remember those two games, remember it was Max and Chloe's journey of just wanting to relive their life, kind of teenagers, things like that. But it's a single player narrative adventure, focuses on heartfelt stories with the little twist of the strange. But this box set comes with the disc of Life is Strange True Colors, double exposure, but it also gives you a code that you can get for Life is Strange Remastered, Before the Storm, and Life is Strange 2. So to me, it's kind of two games with the DLC, but they're supposed to be letting up these pre-orders, releasing in October, and you can currently get this on Square Enix site. So Life is Strange fans, hey, come and get it, But fans, this week, guys, it's been packed. There's been some things to be able to talk about, whether or not it's, Secret Studios coming up with games, JRPG throwbacks, great sales as you can see back there. But let me know what you're grabbing on the sale this week, if there's anything possible. Are you getting any Final Fantasy games, or are you excited about maybe this rumored JRPG Dragon Quest VII? But hey, you know what? I'll continue to give you guys the weekly PlayStation news and JRPG news. So if you guys like this, please like, share, subscribe. Of course, you know what to do. Turn on your notifications. All that good stuff, guys. It helps out tremendously. It gets me pumped to be able to give you guys more news, and also to let you know I'm in a weekly podcast with at Dark Knight 316. If you ever see his podcast, we talk about true gaming culture from gaming fans over the past 30 years we are. So we give our insights weekly on just things that come up. Could be retro, could be new, but hey, I'll link his podcast in the channel, as well as come check out some recent videos that I've made on Robertsroundup, giving you guys the weekly news. Check out my collections journeys. As you can tell, I no longer have that Final Fantasy VIII Renoa theme. I finished Final Fantasy VIII, finally got the platinum, so we'll be hearing about that soon. But guys, thank you so much for watching. God bless you guys, and remember, keep gaming. Thanks, guys.